Yo, what is up, dudes? My name is Savage Beefy, and I just want to say I'm happy, actually super late Thanksgiving. It's like 2 days past Thanksgiving. I was on Thursday, today's Saturday, as I'm making this video, but I hope you guys are enjoying your break so far. It's almost over after tomorrow, so yeah, this is going to be kind of a different video. It's going to be more of a Storytime video, and I guess if you really don't care too much about that, I'll also put on some training footage on the right. So if you want to just watch me work out while I yap about stuff, that's totally cool. But anyways, this story kind of takes place like somewhere about like in 2023. This wasn't like a date or anything. It's just like a hangout. I was hanging out with an old friend of mine from high school, and it's just one of those platonic friendships. You drift apart, but then you still message each other on Instagram every couple of months just to make sure neither of us are dead. And one day we were catching up. We remember about this bar that we always talked about wanting to try out during our sophomore year, and for some reason we were just like, you know what, now that we're driving, we might as well just go over there and just give it a shot and see what it's like. So yeah, she told me, you know what, let's finally check it out. What's the problem? And mind you, this bar that we were going to visit was like an hour away from where we live, so it was a pretty long distance, but we didn't mind. We still wanted to carpool together and go on a trip, and so we got there. And of course, the first thing she immediately wanted to do was to try out every single drink that this specific bar wanted to offer, and I mean every single one. And so I'm over here I didn't sip any drink. I'm a straight edge kid. I have mental issues, so I just can't trust myself when it comes to alcohol. But my friend over here, she's like, I thought she was responsible with her drink, but it looks like during that event I was acting kind of wrong the whole time. And so hours pass. She keeps on sipping on every single one of the drinks, and she was taking shot after shot, and it was nuts. She wouldn't even stop. I didn't think she would go this crazy, but it's a good thing she has a sober person in her friend group. In that case, it was being me. So yeah, hours passed. The bar was closing. She was getting hella tipsy. Her words are becoming a little slurred, and she was leaning on a table. And I'm just sitting there thinking bro, we gotta get out of here before you start speaking cursively to me. So we hop into my van and we just sat there for a bit and just looking at memes, watching YouTube videos on my phone while she was trying to sober up a little bit. And then at around 2 a.m. we started driving home. And it was a pretty long ride, though. We were blasting music and stuff. It was some rap music, so we were just all hyped up and stuff. And we were just fuck it, let's turn up the volume to the max volume in my car. And out of nowhere she pulls out a green ski mask on her purse, and I'm just okay, weird accessory choice, but whatever. I was in a pretty good mood that day, so I didn't care. We were just vibing. The volume was super loud, and we were just driving to the woods. It was completely empty. It was a pretty dark road too. And then as we were driving, she pulls out a fucking gun, and she started waving that shit everywhere. Mind you, I had no idea that she had a gun. I was gripping in the steering wheel it was the last slice of pizza on the family cookout. I was yo, bro, you gotta put that shit away, bro. I'm driving in the minute, and she's intoxicated and she's playing with a gun. So I was trying to get her to put it away before one of us gets hurt or something. She completely ignores my fucking words. She's rapping to the music, waving the gun around like she's in the music video, and then out of nowhere she proceeded to roll down the fucking window. She sticks her head out, points the gun upwards, boom. She pulls the fucking trigger, and then my ears stopped working. I couldn't hear anything. All I heard was this fuzzing electricity or some shit. And then I decided to grab the gun from her hand as fast as I can. I was shaking. But thankfully, like, the magazine was pretty empty. But I was like freaking out. Like, I was like in full shock. I couldn't really figure out like what the fuck was happening. She kept mumbling stuff like I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, like 8 times in a row while I'm trying to like regain my hearing and my soul. So I was like, I had to like check over the area to make sure there are like no people or like no cars, no cops. And I also checked the car to see if she didn't like hit the tires or anything. You know, everything was perfectly fine. No one was hurt. But like it was 3 a.m. and I had to check my phone to see if I missed anything while it was happening. And so I saw there were like 27 missed calls from my mom and sister. And so I texted them like, okay, I'm on the way. It's traffic. We're in the highway. That was a big fucking lie. We were not on the highway. We were like stuck in the fucking woods. And so I dropped her off, and then we got home, and then after I dropped her off back home, I decided to I rushed all the way back to my house and go straight to my room thinking, bro, I almost fucking died today. Like in the most stupidest way possible. And yeah, that was pretty much what happened over there. Like, moral of the story is like, do not play with guns, okay? Please don't fucking do that, especially if you're intoxicated. Like, that shit is not a good mix. One of us could have died. It was so bad. So yeah, I mean, she and I still message each other till this day from time to time. But like after what happened that night, I'm like, bro, I'm not hanging out with this person ever again, dude. Like I can only handle so much shit from that event. It was too much, bro. But yeah, that was pretty much all that happened. Other than that, like I'm doing fine. This was like 2023. That was like 2 years ago. So, you know, had she pulled a trigger, I wouldn't be making this video today. And yeah, honestly, like I said, again, I'm chilling, working out, studying. I mean, it's a Thanksgiving break. I did have a lot of fun. I went hiking, you know. We made like foam swords and stuff. I was just chilling as usual. And I was also working out too. And yeah, I was just chilling for the most part. That's really all I can say. But yeah. Let me know what you guys think of this whole thing. If you want me to keep making more of these storytime videos. And I hope you guys have a good one. So, yeah.